all of that money is, I mean, it's for the care of that child, not the rest of her kids. And it's gonna equal out eventually, because if you get money from the first kid, the second and the third, you know, child support from their fathers, then all of that should be put together and it's equally distributed for like bills and, oh, well, this kid needs that. So their father made sure that money was sent so that they can go on their field trip, so that they can, you know, have their football practice or be in a chess club or whatever, you know. It's really unfair if that $1,900 is being spread across 3 kids, because that is for that one child.
Well, you don't really know if the $1,900 is being spread across 3 kids, because
that's what she said.
No, but the kids have another father, we're all assuming. And do we not know if they're getting child support?
That's where she got to the point of being fed up, because she is taking the hit, her money, and she's spreading it towards the household with the other kids. So just for shits and
I'll show you the words.
Let's just say that the other 2 fathers were giving $500. So now it's $2,900 in the household, right? The mother probably works. It's a lot of money coming into the household. We'll just say she works.
She probably works.
500, so it's $2,900, and that's just outside income, outside of her part-time job or whatever she's doing. $2,900, that's enough money for 3 kids to eat for a month, right?
Right.
To eat for a month.
More than that, but go ahead.
So eat for a month is cool. It's enough for water for a month for 4 people. It's enough for gas for a month for 4 people. So where's the rest of the money going to? Plus her money. That's my question.
I think sometimes
probably the 16-year-old's question too. Like, I'm just asking you for.
Okay, so my question is, my question is, hold on, because I just want to respond to something he says just now. My question is, okay, when the money goes to the rent, the light bill, the whatever bill, and everybody's fed for the week, whatever money is left over, should we say, oh, okay, there's $500 left, let me give it to my child?
Yeah, distribute it across the week.
If they need something, if they need some for school, if they need some for the extracurricular, if they're failing a class and they need tutoring, if they...
No, of course, because that still goes...
That's not the house.
No, that still goes into taking care of the child, which is child support. Right. But I mean, giving them the like money, liquid cash. No.
If she's asking for something crazy, then no, don't give it to her. But if she's asking for, like, I just want to go to movies with my friend.
Of course, if a parent still has money available for their child, they're going to do for their child.
That's not always the... I think that...
No, hold on.
That the kid is making, she's like, every time I ask for something, it's a no.
And that's why
I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to believe, because I don't want to stretch the facts. It's very hard for me to believe that she's asking for something outrageous every single time.
Yeah.
I want a new pair of Jordans every month. That's kind of outrageous.
No, it's not. It's only $100. If she's a small size too, you might even get away with $75.
So the point I'm trying to make is that it seems that she's telling the daughter no a lot, and we have to assume that the daughter's not.
Probably just said no twice in a row, and she's dragging it.
I think that we're getting to...
I know kids, bro. I'm just saying, like...
Everybody here was a kid.
I know, but it's just like...
Kids be lying.
And...
stress and shit. Like, she's a 16-year-old girl. Like, this shit sounds dragged.
If there was something else the mom had to say about it, like, I pay the bills and I pay the this and I do this to this to this and that, and she asked for something crazy, I think that would have been in there.
Yeah.
She wants to justify why she's saying no so much, or why she has the position that she has with her child.
Or if she was in like private school and part of that money goes to the tuition. But clearly the mother, just by, and maybe I could be wrong because I'm judging it by the verbiage that she chose to use in these messages, I can automatically sense that some of the money that she's getting, she's using for herself. And I think a lot of times I would love to have a survey and see how many parents who have excess child support money, right, at the end of the month, that are utilizing it to set that kid up for some type of financial like leverage as they grow. A lot of times they just say, okay, I got $500 extra. They just start spending it. They don't even know. They may go to Cheesecake Factory with 4 kids, and now that bill is $200, right? But $200 came from that extra money that should have been invested into the child. I don't think
Are you mad that she took the 4 kids to Cheesecake Factory?
I'm mad that you on my tab. Yeah, like I'm mad that you're taking the money off. You can't.
Well, hold on, bad. Y'all child support kids. I think we need to establish that first.
So, I'm
definitely a child support kid.
We didn't get it, but it was supposed to be given.
I'm going to speak from someone whose parent actually paid child support. So if there's money left over, and I love my brother, y'all know that. But if my mama's telling me no for something, and I know there's money left over, and it's going to something that's not for me, I'm gonna have a problem with that. And most likely, if I just go ask my dad, he'll just give it to me and not be like, go ask your mama. But a lot of parents aren't like that. And I think that maybe for some people who didn't go through being a child support kid, you may not understand what the dynamic is between the parents. So again, like you said, daddy probably putting words, or using certain language with her, like, why don't you ask your mama? I just sent $1,900 over there. Baby, I ain't got it. Can you ask your mama? So I just think we have to look at it like in a very realistic fashion. So because again, I don't think it's a disrespect thing at all. Apparently the girl know how to do algebra at this point, because she didn't put two together and figured out how much is being used for the bills and how much is whatever. And she clearly knows that money that is coming for her is being spent to the benefit of the other children. And I think that is the problem.
That my dad is sending enough money. So now let me watch and see where this money is going. So now I watch and I see you spending it on the other two. And maybe the other two parents don't pay any child support. So now that's why your money's really tight. So now it's like where my dad's picking up the tab on your other kids.
I got my car when I was 15, and I could only drive it, with my dad or whatever until I turned 16. And so by the time I was, 16, there was already a car note.
Yeah.
There was already insurance. I was out, so I needed a cell phone. 16, I was a senior in high school. So there's stuff you got to pay for. There's lunch. There's what is it like when you do competitions and drill team and
high school is full of sports and clubs and
but them shits be
college applications.
And I would just say this: my dad did that because I was involved in so much stuff.
He didn't want to drive around.
Somebody had at some point people were tired of driving me around, tired of picking me up. Just get this child a car and she'll figure it out. So maybe some parents don't want to do that, but
did you work at 16?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Most kids is working at 16.
I did.
So,
but I wasn't. I didn't have to pay anything.
Your extra, your
my car,
your little stupid stuff that you wanted to do. So
parents say that your little stupid stuff.
Yeah, your little stupid, your little mascara on, whatever the fuck else you want. You want them boots from Forever 21? Yeah, don't you get paid on Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, you better wait till Friday.
We know the economy. $750 to $1,000 for a 16-year-old monthly. I don't know. That's just wild to me. That's too low.
You think it's a lot?
Oh no, that's too low.
Yeah, I don't. You're way off.
When I've had say my brother or my cousins or whatever, and they're like, oh, such and such pregnant, I tell them straight up, go put yourself on child support. Point blank. Don't have nobody threatening you to put you on child support. You know what you make. You know you got to contribute unless you're gonna be sorry. Go put yourself on child support.
Yeah, sorry.
I've told so many.
No, absolutely. But I feel like women feel guilty sometimes for putting their baby daddy on child support.
Who the fuck do you speak to?
No, I'm dead ass.
You almost triggered me. That was so.
No, because when you're in a relationship, you make a baby, whatever, and say baby is 2 years old, you guys decide to split up, and it's just you're not getting that support you need anymore because they're not living in the house with you. But you don't want to be like, okay, well, I want to go to the court and put him on child support because
they skip to that bitch
quickly. They put on Skechers and rollerblade right.
Yeah, I feel like.
Will Hillies?
Okay, maybe if y'all relationship ended, badly, and it's a vindictive woman.
Say maybe.
Hey, because of it has to end badly, damn near.
a lot of times you can't do or be something that you've never done, that you've never seen, that, you know, I remember when I was in, I think, 6th grade, and one of my classmates, his dad is the CEO of Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. Literally, he's still the CEO today. And that's, and I don't even know how I found this out. Maybe his dad told me, and him or whatever, about being a thoracic surgeon. I had never even heard of it. But now it's embedded in my mind that, oh, if I think about medicine, maybe I'll do this, you know? Mm-hmm. So exposure, and like you said, your environment, it creates what you're exposed to. And I can certainly see the connection and how that makes the impact.
But think about it. What is the environment? The environment.
I mean, not great.
But the environment is a bunch of the same people. So it's like, okay, let's say this is my environment, but my environment is all made up of single parent homes.
I've literally my entire life never seen my dad's parents share a bedroom.
Yeah.
My grandfather had like a room and like an ensuite or whatever downstairs. And then upstairs was my grandma's room. And in my mind, I kind of thought it was normal until I was exposed to not my other grandparents who did share a bed, but like other people, you know what I'm saying? Just like outside of my bubble. And TV. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I think that it does affect how you approach relationships with people, because you might grow up thinking that's normal to be in an unhappy relationship, to be mistreated, you know, to be with somebody that's nagging you all the time, like just to be so unhappy. And I think the problem with being that so unhappy is that it feeds into everything. Mm. You know, you so mad and you so frustrated, you just start yelling at your kid, and all they did was just like spill some juice on the kitchen floor that they can easily just clean up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think because a lot of us don't have that level of like control and discipline and like emotional stability, then it's probably kind of hard for those people to stay in that household.
I really was sitting down and I was thinking, and I'm like, yo, our entire, at least here in America, right? Our entire just ideology stems from relationships.
What you mean?
No one is committed in relationships, so no one is committed to working. No one is able to persevere in relationships, so whenever they face adversity in their life, they just abandon the task and they go on to something else. And I think that we are not taught to push through anything. We're always taught there's something else, there's something that could work for us, there's a better solution out there. And I think oftentimes nothing is better until you actually learn how to make whatever you have work. And you can spend your entire life trying to look for what's right and end up lost. And when you end up lost, then it's like, okay, cool, well, what do you have to show? It's just going to be nothing but pain and hurt. And now when you have a kid involved, I really believe that when kids watch you, let's say your kid watch you get upset with the father, and then, or the kid watch you get upset with the mother, and then y'all just say, all right, I don't have to deal with this. I'm done. Now that kid grows up to become an adult. They have somebody who's really good for them, but they're going through a rough patch in their relationship. The first thing that they're going to say is, I don't have to deal with this. I'm good. Let's say they get into a point in time where they're in school. Let's say they're in college, right? They've watched their mom or their dad just leave and abandon whenever times got hard. You know, your junior, sophomore, junior years, typically your hardest, years of college. I don't got to deal with this adversity. I'm going to just go get a job. They leave. Then, it's just something that's a domino effect that becomes a behavior for them all the time. So when you have the ability to show your kids from, the ground level, from a child, hey, listen, you're not going to like every situation, but that doesn't mean quit on it, until you really, really, really see that it doesn't serve you. That's when you can start to move on. And I feel like we are just so easily able to just say deuces, that now our children have grown up and said deuces to everything.
Opposite of what Rico was saying before, staying together for the children, because you don't want to quit and showing them the right way. But say you guys do split up and you actually parent your child and you tell them that I didn't stick around for these reasons. And it doesn't even have to get nasty about the exact reasons, and you still tell your child not to quit. That's another option too.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good point.
Staying together for the child because you don't want him to give up, and kids are gonna have adversity. It's life.
You know what I think though? Like when you split up and there's a child involved, whether or not you would tend to, it's almost like a subconscious thing for the kid that they're gonna have to pick a side. They're gonna feel, I should say, and they're gonna start to pick a side. And I think that when
Pick the side of the one you like.
but that's the problem because like when you're the other parent on the other side, you start.
You're the parent.
Yeah,
I was
but
about to say, in that time, I feel like it's good for your parenting at that time to be like, I know this is what you feel, but you don't have to feel this way. There's no sides. We still love you equally. There's no like.
it's not true. That's like that bullshit that the boomers do.
Why is that? But why would that be boomer bullshit?
Like I love all my kids equally. There's always a favorite.
No, because now you instead of having one household where the child is maybe they're unhappy or whatever the case may be, and you guys together, you guys are all, as parents, you're preaching that like that one linear way of parenting, as opposed to if you guys do split up and you're still being a good parent, you're telling them don't give up and all the good things and all the parental things. You're now getting another side because this person isn't the same person when you guys live together and when your parents live together. Your parents are also different. So now you're getting the side of your father that may have been subliminal because maybe the mother was just overbearing or whatever the case may be. But now you see your father's blooming outside of the relationship. He's growing. He's strong. He's different. And same goes for the mother too.
You know what? I hate because maybe it's just something that I seen a lot. Is that I hate watching parents compete with each other through the kid. Like a parent, like one parent finds out that, the other parent bought some sneakers. So that parent wants to go and buy them boots. You know what I'm saying? And then when they
Kid, I was about to say,
the kid,
those are the kids that love divorce, right?
yeah, but like I think that like when they're competing through the kid, they're only just competing to have the kid love one more than the other because when push comes to shove, they want the kid to be on their side.